An assassin is sent to recover a briefcase from a bullet train, but everything goes sideways when he figures out his latest mission puts him on a collision course with lethal assassins from around the world that are on the train to take it as well. Hello everyone, and welcome back for another recap. Today, we'll look at Bullet Train, a 2022 American action comedy film. The movie starts at a hospital in Tokyo, where we see Yuichi Kimura by the bedside of his son, Wataru. Wataru had been pushed off a building when he was alone. Kimura's father, the elder, then arrives and tells his son that a father is supposed to protect his family. This makes Kimura want to seek the person behind his son's injuries. In the streets of Tokyo, we see a man nicknamed Ladybug, an unlucky assassin who's determined to do his job peacefully after many of his gigs went off the rails. He returns to work after a leave of absence to fill in for another assassin, Carver, who is currently sick. He's talking to his handler, Maria Beatle, who gives him his mission. He has to take a bullet train from Tokyo to Kyoto and find a briefcase with a train sticker on the handle, which contains some money. As Ladybug is heading over to the station, he bumps into Kimura and ends up dropping a key to a locker and his train ticket. Ladybug is then forced to break into the locker where he finds a gun. However, he refuses to take the gun even though Maria had insisted. On the train are the twin assassins, Tangerine and Lemon. These two have been sent by a crime boss known as the White Death to recover his son, a junkie that can't be trusted on his own. Lemon is a bit strange and lives his life based on Thomas the Tank Engine and relates certain people to characters from the show. Tangerine explains to Lemon how White Death was a Russian wanderer who ended up working as the right-hand man of a Yakuza boss named Minachishi. However, he then formed his own gang, betrayed Minachishi, and killed him. The brothers then start arguing about how many people they've killed together on their last mission. During this time, Kimura boards the train after finding a lead about who pushed his son off the roof. It turns out that Wataru had been pushed by an assassin called the Prince. She's an assassin who poses as an innocent schoolgirl to throw people off her true nature. Kimura falls for this and thinks that she's just a commuter. She tasers him to knock him out. When Kimura wakes up, she tells him that she was the one who pushed his son off the roof so that she could get his attention and bring him to her. This is because he's the one to give Lemon and Tangerine the briefcase. She wants his help to rig the briefcase so that she can kill White Death. The prince also gives Kimura a rigged gun that will blow his head off when the trigger is pulled. To force Kimura to cooperate, she tells him that she has a henchman at the hospital ready to kill Wataru if he doesn't hear from her. Meanwhile, Ladybug manages to first recover the briefcase, but the conductor later tells him that he must get off at the first stop because he doesn't have his ticket. Just as he gets off the train, he meets another assassin named Wolf. Wolf worked his way up the cartel under a boss named El Saguaro and eventually found himself a wife. However, everyone at Wolf's wedding was poisoned, including El Saguaro and Wolf's wife. Wolf strongly believes that Ladybug is the one responsible for all their deaths, and he tries to kill him. These two fight in the bar car before Wolf tries throwing his knife at Ladybug, but Ladybug kills him instantly. Ladybug covers up Wolf's wounds and calls Maria. During this call, Maria informs him that he was a cocktail waiter at Wolf's wedding and that the tequila served there was spiked with poison from a boomslang snake. The snake was stolen from a zoo in Tokyo, and it was actually still on this train. During this fight, Lemon and Tangerine discover that the briefcase is missing and that their boss's son has also been poisoned to death. They cover up his face and clean the blood off before going off to find Ladybug. Coincidentally, Ladybug then comes across Lemon in the quiet car, immediately recognizing him from a job in Johannesburg. The two start fighting as Ladybug tries to disarm Lemon. Eventually, Ladybug manages to knock Lemon out and adds sleeping powder to his water bottle. Ladybug then switches his clothes with another passenger and calls Maria again. Maria then informs Ladybug that another assassin, the Hornet, is also on the train. Meanwhile, Tangerine gets off the train at the next stop to meet with the White Death's goons. He assured them the job was going according to plan before returning to the train. Tangerine then finds Ladybug and the two start fighting. Tangerine thinks that Ladybug was the one behind the poisoning of the son of the White Death. Ladybug opens the emergency door, causing the two to fly out of the train. However, they both manage to pull themselves back in. White Death then contacts Tangerine to tell him that he'll kill everyone on the train if they don't show up with the son and the briefcase. This forces Ladybug and Tangerine to team up to try to fool White Death's men by posing as brothers. They even use a different briefcase to make it more believable. However, Ladybug accidentally opens it and blows their covers, forcing them to run back onto the train. Ladybug then kicks Tangerine off the train before it starts moving, but he manages to jump back onto it before it speeds back up. On the other hand, Lemon comes across Kimura and Prince, and immediately says that they're not here for noble purposes. Lemon then shoots Kimura and knows not to trust the prince. Unfortunately, he then drinks the spiked water and immediately passes out. Prince then shoots Lemon in the chest and stashes him and Kimura in the bathroom. Ladybug then runs into Hornet, who was in disguise as an anime character on the train, before she swapped clothes with the concession girl. She was the one who stole the boomslang snake from the zoo and used its venom to kill her victims. Once the venom gets into the blood, it makes its victims bleed from every opening. Hornet was the one who poisoned everyone at Wolf's wedding, as she was also there as the pastry chef. It turns out that Hornet is here to collect her payment, and she starts fighting with Ladybug. She tries to stick him with a syringe of the venom, but he only takes a light jab before administering the rest of the poison to Hornet. As Hornet tries to administer the anti-venom, Ladybug quickly takes it from her. The Hornet, with the venom taking effect, crawls away slowly to die. Tangerine then finds Lemon's body in the bathroom and tries to go after his killer. He talks to White Death again, who comes clean by saying that he bought every last ticket to Kyoto so there would be only a few remaining on the train. Tangerine runs into Prince and is almost played by her. However, as Prince walks away, Tangerine notices a sticker of the character Diesel from Thomas, a subtle clue that Lemon left to inform him. He immediately knew that she was a villain. But before Tangerine can kill Prince, Ladybug finds him, and the two start fighting again. However, it ends with Ladybug shooting Tangerine in the neck, leaving him to bleed out before he could warn Ladybug about Prince. However, Ladybug gets scared away when the boomslang snake bites him. Later on, the Elder boards the train to confront the prince, while at the same time, one of her henchmen prepares to kill his grandson, Wataru. However, the Elder was ready for this, and had one of his assassins posing as a nurse to kill the henchman before he could lay his hands on Wataru. The prince then flees as Ladybug comes back. The Elder talks to him about how Ladybug thinks he's unlucky. He then leaves him with the belief that everything happens for a reason. He starts telling the story of how he was once Minachishi's original confidant before White Death betrayed them and killed his wife. Since then, he's vowed revenge on White Death for the death of his wife. Kimura and Lemon then wake up, and it turns out that Lemon had a bulletproof vest. However, he then sees that Tangerine is dead and becomes enraged. As Lemon is going to attack Ladybug, Kimura and the Elder convince them to work together. As they prepare to face the White Death, the train stops in Kyoto. Before White Death can board the train, the prince confronts him, revealing that the two are father and daughter. She wanted to get his attention since he favored his son more. She tries to get him to kill himself with the rigged gun, but he just walks away from trying to kill her. The others then confront him outside as White Death's goon try to open the rigged briefcase. White Death then explains that everyone on the train was there because he had planned everything. He has always wanted revenge for the death of his wife. She was killed in a car accident in an assassination attempt against him. Lemon and Tangerine also killed White Man's death on a job in Bolivia. He supplied them with info on other assassins. He didn't actually care about his son because his wife died while she was on her way to bail him out again. Hornet was lured there because she poisoned the surgeon that could have saved his wife's life. Finally, he believes that Ladybug was actually Carver, who was behind the assassination attempt. He was betting on all of the assassins on the train killing each other. When the goons are finally able to open the rigged briefcase, it blows up. At that moment, Lemon gets into the train and starts running. Ladybug also runs back on and is chased by White Death and his goons. White Death and the Elder fight on the train as Ladybug and Lemon fight off his henchmen. Ladybug then tries to hit the emergency brakes as he fights off the goons. Lemon throws himself and the last of the henchmen out of the train as they pass over a bridge. Before White Death can kill the Elder, Ladybug manages to slam the emergency brakes. The Elder takes this opportunity to impale his enemy close to death. The train then derails and crashes into a town. The surviving men get off the train, and with his last strength, White Death tries to kill Ladybug. However, he was using the rigged gun, and it blows his head off. Prince then tries to kill Ladybug, but is run over by a Tangerine truck. Maria comes in person to rescue Ladybug while he's with the Kimuras. He seems to have embraced life's positive side and believes he's lucky. However, at that moment, a telephone pole crashes into Maria's car, and they have to walk. Just before the credits, we see that Lemon survived the jump off the train and hijacked the Tangerine's truck to run over Prince and avenge Tangerine. I hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.